to the session for early literacy tips for parents and caregivers. I have the feeling cubes available for pickup. There is one feeling cube that has the emotions already on the sides with the emotion that they represent. And then the second feeling cube is blank, so that you can fill it in with the emotions that you feel your child needs to learn about, and those may be different for every child. So this week we're learning about social emotional learning. And social emotional learning is more than just identifying emotions. It's the thinking that goes behind those emotions and understanding that we react to emotions, both in ourselves and in others. And so this transfers to reading, because when your child is reading a story, very often the characters are experiencing big emotions. And these emotions can be influencing the plot of the story. They can be influencing the character's actions. And if your child has been taught the emotions and has different skills with those in their personal life, then they're able to transfer that to the book, and they get more depth out of the story, and eventually they're able to answer questions that they'll be asked about story plots. So you have both of the cubes, the one filled in and then the one that you can fill in for your child based on your child's needs. So some things that you can do with these. The cube makes it a little bit random, because you can roll the cube on the floor and you may end up with the same emotion several times. You may get different emotions in one activity, and that makes it more fun for your child. So one of the things that you can do is roll the cube, and the feeling that pops up, you first would role model this. So you would talk about what situation would cause that feeling. Situations or experiences that you've had that would cause the feeling. So maybe you have angry and you say, oh yeah, the other day I was cooking and I dropped an egg on the floor and it made a big mess and I was angry. And then you talk about how you reacted to that. So I just had to take a breath, I cleaned up my mess and moved on with my day. And then you start allowing your child to share experiences that your child has had with that particular emotion and how they handled it. This can lead to wonderful discussions between you and your child about what you feel is valuable for how to handle different emotions and how you want your child to react to those different emotions, and you can start teaching those skills. So you can also take animals or stuffed animals and put those around, roll the feeling cube, and assign, say it pops up, bored. And so you say your stuffed bear is bored. And what you do then is you practice. So if this was your friend, and your friend had this face, and you thought, well, maybe my friend is bored, what would you do? What would you say to your friend? And then you start practicing with these stuffed animals or a doll, whatever you have at home, how you would respond to this friend experiencing that emotion. This allows you then to move to the books. You can roll the cube and say, today when we're reading our books, we're going to look for characters who feel bored or who feel angry or who feel happy. And you start talking about with your child, how could this character have handled that differently? What do you think the character is feeling? Why? What would you do if you were that character? How would you respond if you were in this situation? And all of these are pre-literacy skills for your child that are very valuable for them to learn.